Welcome back to another episode of Noah's Nonsense. I'm your host, Noah Bratz. Today's date is June 16th, 2021, for those who ask. Today is guest star Isaac Rugowski. Isaac, please tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Isaac Rugowski. I'm a professional bum. I am planning on taking computer science major. I like to watch sports a little bit, do this and that. Yeah, I'm just kind of a bum.
Well, with this bum on the show, let's get going. Put her in 6 and never look back, right? But before we get too into it, I always like to start off what socks are you wearing today?
I'm glad you asked because I'm wearing my work socks and I lost track of how many holes are in my socks, to be honest. Also, they're turning whatever shade of whatever that is. They're not white anymore, I can tell you that. I don't know what it is anymore. I don't know if I should be concerned or anything. These are old socks.
I can respect a man of character and hardworking socks like my bum Isaac. Personally, I'm wearing my they're French fries and hamburgers. Shout out to Veronica. She bought these for me. That was very kind of her a while back. So yeah, they're pretty nice socks, pretty comfy. But I like the holy socks. Maybe you should just wear those on Sundays. It's God's day or whatnot.
Yeah, don't mention fast food to me, bro. I'm trying to quit that stuff. Come on.
Oh, I'm trying to quit. I'm sorry to bring up the old addictions, but
I know. I'm a new man now. I swear. I had 2 Diet Cokes earlier today. I'm on the right track.
Well, I guess the first thing we're gonna discuss. Oh my gosh, can't speak. Discuss today is graduation parties. Why did you want to talk about that, my boy Isaac?
All right, I wanted to talk about graduation parties because I believe that they're kind of a fraud, so to speak. I mean, let's be honest. Does anybody go to a graduation party because they actually care about the graduate? Like, for real though. Like, you invite people you hardly ever see, some secondhand cousin. You don't care about them. You care about the money. You care about that check they write. And you make a secure box. You bolt it you screw it together. You put it together yourself. So nobody takes your precious money. Let's be honest here. It's not about the family.
I mean, I never had a graduation party for high school. I had an 8th grade one. That was definitely, I don't want to say cash grab, but I didn't have a bar mitzvah. So, I mean, I think that's fair. If Jews can have a bar mitzvah, I think I can have a graduation party. Same thing, right? Right. I mean,
no offense, cousin Ed, but I don't see you a whole lot. Just give me the $20 and go.
Oh, yikes, cousin Ed.
Take your wife beater and sweatpants with you, and your 3 kids that you don't even remember their names.
Yeah, ouch. Poor cousin Ed.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, okay. I went to a couple grad parties this year. I actually got invited to more than 2, so I'm a happy camper. I mean, I had a blast at them. I mean, it's but the thing is about grad parties, all the ones you want to go to happen to be all on the same day. So you can only spend an hour each. And it's well, I kind of feel bad, but this is kind of how it goes, But I had a blast. Isaac had a grad party. I was there. It was a good time. Good vibes.
Yeah, I was legit kind of worried that the grad party was gonna suck, but it was pretty good. I gotta say, I was worried that it was gonna be all awkward and all this, because I've heard some people actually they have a party with their friends and then one with family because sometimes the mixing is just kind of weird and then it gets all awkward. But it worked out pretty good. And can I just say for the record that Collin on a zip line is probably the best thing ever?
Oh, are you talking about Larson's?
Yes. All right. Going to Larson's party, that was a treat right there. Collin Rathsack on a zip line, that really makes my day right there. The guy's dragging across the ground, probably getting rug burn or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, grass burn if you call it that. He doesn't even make it 3 feet past the shoreline and he's already in. You asked the guy to try to sit on top of the zip line and it probably would snap. I was kind of concerned about that tree, to be honest.
I can't laugh. He was a guest star on Noah's Nonsense, so I have to be nice to all of them. I can't bash him, but that's kind of cool, Isaac. Here. Yeah, well, that's good. If you have a clip of that, I'll definitely put it in here if I feel like it.
I believe, I'm not sure, I might have one, so if we do, we can put it on. I think the audience deserves to witness that. I mean, that's I mean, we should be showing all our children that. That was a beautiful moment in Collin Rathsack history.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Collin Rathsack.
Shout out to Collin Rathsack. Previous issues, couple guest stars ago. What a guy. But I mean, I don't know if there's much to tell about graduation parties. I mean, I enjoy them. It's like, wow, I got invited to something this year. That's pretty cool. It's not family. I mean, that's like a step up for Noah and his like relationship goals and whatnot.
I mean, you're on your way, man. Like, and now you got one that coming up next year. So like, it's up to you to make it not cringe or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, like, the only thing about friends and family, like what you said a little bit earlier, it's only awkward if you're like, when I show up to yours, okay, except you and that one guy, like, I didn't know him, but I talked to him. So, like, that wasn't, like, not, like, prior, but, like, he was my age, you know what I mean? So, like, that wasn't weird. But, like, your family, like, I didn't know anyone. I was gonna, I don't know, maybe I'm just awkward and, like, not gonna, like, go, like, hey, make me some new friends. So, like, unless I wasn't talking to that first 15 minutes until, like, Larson and them came, it was kind of weird. I mean, that guy was cool, but, like, besides him, I didn't know anyone, really.
I mean, like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too worried about you. I was more worried about my other friend, who looks kind of like a bank robber. I mean, he's got like a beard that's like longer than some middle-aged men I know, and the guy's 18. I mean, I'm not even joking when I say he looks like a bank robber. Like, I remember one day in, like, I think January, Dad forgot to salt the driveway. We got an icy driveway. We're coming to hang out. My car's in the shop. He's rolling up the driveway. He's stalling out in the driveway because it's so icy. You can just hear his tires squealing. He finally gets up, and my mom is like, "Who the hell is that? He looks like a bank robber." And then he just like casually waves, and I'm like, and my mom's like, "I don't know about this man. He looks a little suspicious to me."
I don't know. I talked to your mom and Pilot. They seem nice. I don't think you get abused too much. At least it doesn't show.
Not too much. The occasional beating here or there. No, I don't need help.
Okay. If you need help, just wink 5 times at the camera in a row.
Oh God. What, we're gonna do like Morse code now or something like
Morse
that?
code. Beep 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 beep. Sorry, I'm sorry for I had to do that. I'm sorry for all the headphone users.
I'm sorry to all the POWs out there. I respect you. Thank you for your service. I'm honest to God though. Thank you for your service. I didn't mean to offend any of you.
Yikes.
We support veterans here.
That got real way too fast. I was just casually, and then we just went WW2 vibes, like, or cripes. I mean, all right, champ. I think we move on. I think we shift gears here, but I mean, Team Nonsense.
That's something I'm excited about.
Yeah, this is, for those unaware, this is not. I mean, I am the sponsor of a robotics team, not affiliated with anyone, but the sponsor of Noah's Nonsense. So I'm sponsoring some robotics here. I'll share my screen so I can talk a little bit about it, and Isaac can comment on it as well. Okay, here we go. All right, you can see that, Isaac?
Yes, sir.
All right, so there are those. If you're on Spotify, you're not going to see this, but if you're on YouTube, shout out to the YouTube people. You can see what we're kind of discussing as I scroll down. But quick backstory is that it was Larson's grad party, and Christian, one of my homies, he'll be on the show probably next week for senior seconds. Homeschool homies, so I mean that's pretty cool. But he was talking about his like robotics. You know, these are some of the lightweight, like 150 grams, which is less than like a pound, so that's kind of small. But you just compete in competitions or like with yourself, you just make these little robots. I was kind of scrolling aggressively, but yeah, so I'm buying all of the like motors, electronics, literally anything we need. I said I'd sponsor the team. You will see some videos probably on my other channel or on here. We'll see how I feel, but yeah, you'll see some videos probably in the next like 3 months from now, and you'll probably forget, but yeah, I mean, Isaac is our announcer. I mean, he's kind of like the whole brains behind this operation. I mean, it's a pretty big job.
Well, there goes your bank account. I mean, you still got to go into the, the sweatshops, 7 days a week to earn money for all of us so we can afford these parts. So that sucks. I mean, how is it in the sweatshops?
I mean, I work in a factory, not a sweatshop. I am the youngest guy there, though, which is kind of funny. But, I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, I'm willing to help the team. I have the budget. But I told Christian that we need to compete in some competitions, make enough money back to cover my costs, and then $100 for undisclosed reasons.
We're not going to discuss the legal part
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah. We'll have to wait a couple months till I'm 18, if you know what I mean. But yeah.
I gotta say, Christian was the, and I'm sure you guys will talk more in detail about this when he features, but I gotta say, he was kind of the brains behind the early operations in the first meeting. This guy knew his stuff. Like you were pitching in with him, but he seemed like he came to that meeting prepared, unlike the rest of us. Like, not gonna lie, like he came late to the meeting, but he carried the meeting. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. We met at Larson's house Friday, and I guess now it's every Friday for a couple hours, and then but like we were in the like. Christian and I were like really into it, discussing, going back and forth. If you hear my brother scream in the background, it's bathroom, bedtime, so just ignore them. And if you hear beatings or screams, ignore that too. They're fine. But anyway, so yeah, Christian and I just vibe and talking. We talked for like an hour or two, give or take, serious stuff, and then afterwards, like 15 minutes in, Isaac and Cody are just lost in their own little world, which is fine. You know, they're vibing. They didn't really need to be there. It's more me, the sponsor, Team Nonsense, to support the team and figure out what's going on. And then after that, we just shot Nerf guns, goofed around. But we'll have to play pool next week, though. Or I guess tomorrow.
Don't hide under the pool table.
Oh, nut shots.
Yes, because then I swear to God, it was always the blue dart or the blue ball, and then we just kind of get into bad stuff there, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I got hit in my eye. And then we were all pansies on safety glasses, but now my eye isn't in pain.
Well, thanks for ruining it. Like, we were all having fun, Noah, until you had to like ruin it with your medical issues.
It's all fun and games until you lose an eye to a Nerf dart.
Honest to God, was like concerned after the second nut shot. Like, honest to God, I was concerned. Larson is like a sniper. That guy no scoped me twice.
I mean, that's part of the fun. I must admit.
Yes, I know. I mean, like it was a 3 out of 10 on the pain scale, but let's be honest, like it's never fun.
No.
It's pain nonetheless.
Yeah, I heard it's worse than childbirth. So I mean, yeah,
honest to God, painful. Though, like I don't know what they're talking about over there in the childbirth like comment section. Like, we'll have like a what's the word I'm looking for? We'll have like a response thingy over here, and it'll be a shredder with a bin, so you can, all you people who think that childbirth is more painful, we can leave your comments in this nice, shredder disguised as a bin over here.
all comments. We wrote the Iron Fist here. We're just gonna throw them in the gulags of the recycling bin.
Yes, we are. We don't take none of that crap here. I'm sorry, but nut shots are worse. Change my mind.
Change my. Oh, I'm just gonna get like one mean comment, and I'll be like, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's funny. I think that's enough about Team Nonsense, but videos in the next upcoming months, maybe we'll get something out. Bring some robotics nonsense, and Isaac's announcing, so I'll send you some homework to do. I haven't found any documents yet, but you'll practice Peter picks pepper pickles repeatedly. Sorry, it's a tongue twister. So we'll give you them exercises, and we'll practice. We'll do some one-on-one. Time alone. Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought I was done with homework.
Nope, it never ends. Just like children. No?
Oh God, don't remind me.
Don't remind me of the pain and suffering.
Damn kids.
Oh, we don't say damn here.
Oh, this is a PG channel. That's right. My
Not
apologies.
no. I'll have to leave your hell in, otherwise people are gonna think you're swearing all the time. But I think that's enough for Team Nonsense. Shout out to the robotics team that Uswerve created. Christian, Cody, Isaac, and I. But you'll up more in the future. But I think the next topic we talk about is cross country. Should I put up the stats right away, or you want to talk about it first?
Well, I don't like to brag, so instead, first I'll just talk about our season and recap, and hopefully what I expect to see next year out of the returning team. Yeah, we'll save the stats for later because I'm not a bragger. So first of all, I'm really proud of our team this year. We came a long way. I mean, in the preseason, we were coming in as defending champs, and I gotta say things didn't look too good, especially with COVID and all that crap. Wasn't looking good. it was kind of expected to be a shaky year, seeing as we lost. Our team got absolutely gutted, save for like 3 key players or so. We weren't expecting a whole lot. At least I wasn't. I don't know about the rest of the team, but we came out of the gate swinging, so to speak, or whatever the expression is. Really surprised. I myself was in and out of the team. We just kept smashing meet after meet after meet like we do. We come here to win. We'll continue to win, I'm sure, into the coming year. Yeah, I was really proud of the effort our team put up this year. Even if we didn't win, we still, despite the circumstances, we really came around and really exceeded my expectations. I was honestly surprised.
It was my first year cross country for those unaware, and now you know. But I mean, I didn't know what to expect, except I got shafted and didn't get any spaghetti dinners, and I'm still salty about that because of COVID. But hopefully this year, I'm going out again. But I was telling Isaac in the pregame before we got on to the real deal recording that if we lost 10 players and 3 of them went to football, I would be either alternate or running varsity at like a 22 minutes time. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, I don't know. I think you got what it takes this year, honest to God, though.
I can't imagine like cutting off 2 to 3 minutes to be like a decent, respectable varsity player, like Isaac Rugowski over here.
I mean, I was where you were at junior year, and then like I just decided to like put a little running in during the summer, and I only ran like maybe like 4 miles a week or something like that, and I pulled it together. I'm just saying. I mean, you got a shot probably.
Yeah, we should start running Striders. For those unaware, Striders is like pre-cross country, but without cross country because of the WIA season starts. Essentially, that's just a loophole. I can say this. But that's at least how I get out, what I get out of it, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, next week I'll probably start running Striders because I'm just swamped. It's my second week back working 40-something hours, and I'm on grain shoots, which is a little tough on the body. So hopefully next week we'll just be in the groove. But I mean, a little bit about my cross country season, even though it is about Isaac. I mean, it was a good vibe. I recommend it if you want a new sport in fall. Run with the boys and or girls. I mean, it was a lot of vibe. I had a lot of fun. I definitely got fit, and then I definitely lost that. But it was good. It was good. That. We'll just keep it short and sweet. But I'm gonna pull up the stats for Isaac just so he can flex on all the people. Let's share the screen. I mean, you kind of want to talk about races at all, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I guess I could just do a quick overview. So I qualified I qualified, and then I ran. I didn't do too good the first race, so then I was out on JV. And then I smashed the next race. I think I won by like a minute, and I was not expecting that. And then I come back and I run varsity for the next 2 races, and then I get kicked off again, and then I smash the next 2 JV races, and then after that I kind of have a relapse with my conference meets. Wasn't too good, not sure why, but I finally get back to doing what I do best, and I come and smash the subsectional on varsity. And after that, I pretty much solidify myself for the championship. And like I said, even though we didn't come away with the dub, I'm still extremely proud of our team and the work we put in with being quarantined for well over 2 months and enduring all that stuff. Gotta say, I'm proud.
I am proud too, but man, when you look at these numbers, guys, I mean, I'm not a cross-country expert, but that looks good. That's a thumbs up from what I see, especially that PR right there, 17:33. I mean, that's a flex. That's almost like 4.5 minutes from me. You know what I mean? So that's a flex in my eyes.
I mean, like, we got to count out one race because you decided to drive to. Let's not bring that up.
Do we got to pull up my stats so you can feel really good about yourself? Hold on. Or not. There we go. There I am.
I mean, at least you learned your lesson. You're not driving to your next meet.
Oh, I'm so salty about that. A little context here. I work in a factory 7 miles from Traverse. So, I'm like, I'm not going to leave work an hour and a half early to then go past, where I work. Because we actually passed the roundabout. And I didn't know that. But regardless, I'm not driving to go to Ballard, then to go to TR where I'm 7 miles from work. And I wasn't going to leave work early either. And then I got a suspension for that. And I'm still salty about that to this day. But if you want to look up my stats, real quick. My first race, 22 minutes and 53 seconds. My first ever cross-country experience. I did assert dominance on, it was Mason Wenzel, Matthew Storm for sure. I don't know if I beat Chase, but it was like the second mile or second. Yeah, it was like second mile, and I just took off, went past, and got that excellent time. I was so proud of that. For my first race, and like I asked some people like what I should be running, like just so I had like an idea, and like a lot of people, I remember Oatman said like sub 23 or sub 22, like at the end, and like when you look, I think it was sub 23 actually, like at the end of the season. Maybe I was 22, but regardless, like I felt really good about that, especially beating Wenzel. And the funny thing is, we never ran in a race again, except one time because he ran next week, but I was benched, and I think he was hurt or didn't run. I can't recall. You'd have to ask, but I don't know. I felt good. And then Ron Colley, 23:08. That's some improvement 2 weeks later. And then 23:38 again next week. And then the 26:45. I was dying of sickness at this point. That's why that one's so bad. Like I shouldn't have ran. I should probably. But I ran it. I was definitely dying, probably of like so many diseases.
At least you rebounded for your final race.
And that's
you rebounded
true.
hard.
And then the last one I ran, 22:04. So I PR'd by, was that 40 or 49 seconds? I can't do mental math, but that's a big thing in cross country right here. So I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, there we go. Knocking off time. Almost getting up near a minute knocked off. That's pretty good.
Oh, also at the Ron Colley fight, you see, I believe I got 10th place. That's because and I'm running 23 minutes, which is like not accurate. Well, what happened was, it was the second loop, and like the top like 10 runners essentially, or top 50, or the first like 15 runners were told to take a wrong loop by one of the people. So that they were disqualified. So that's why I got 10th with that time. I have an orange ribbon somewhere, but I didn't earn it. But yeah, that's enough about cross country, unless Isaac would like to share one more memory or something like that. If not, that's okay.
I don't really think there's anything else to share. I really enjoyed those early morning runs with the boys, getting up early in the morning. It's frosty outside, it's not even light outside, and we're running out. Always got to say hi to Paul on the road over past CP feeds. Everybody says, "Hey, Paul," hey, and he's like, "Hey, boys." That was always fun. I just enjoyed running with the boys. It's what we do.
It's been an honor serving on cross country with Isaac Rugowski and some other seniors as well. But Isaac was one of the lads. I'm like, wow, he's fast. But someday I'll be fast like him. But I think we shift gears. I like saying shift gears. You're gonna hear a lot of that today. Sorry, my transition game needs some work. But
Gene,
House, I saw that you want to discuss that. I'm like a little curious and intrigued.
Gene.
Yes. I've been hearing some things about some of
Gene's
entourage, and they want to hear a little bit about the inside of his house, because currently I'm the only one who's been inside his house, and that's been a hot topic as of late. I'm not gonna crap on his house. I think it's great, honest God. We should petition the government to make it a national landmark. It is a beautiful sight to behold.
Wow,
I gotta say.
Yeah, high regards right there, I guess.
I gotta say, to start off, you go into that barn and you look into the eyes of those animals who haven't seen the light of day probably since the day they were conceived. That's premium right there. Like, you look into their soul, you look in their eyes, you look into their soul, they just want to die, and it brings meaning to my life.
Oh, yikes.
Moving. I'm sorry, I'm losing it out here. Going into the house, I gotta say, like, it's a blast in there. Like, there's 2 different cages stacked on top, and there's books on top of that, and they got like mice in that, and then the mice are cool. I think I think I forget what they're for. I think it's for his because they're like smaller mice. So I think they're for his bearded dragon or whatever. That thing's big. I did not think it was that big, but then it's on top of like a table with a bunch of old magazines, and I think that's just really dope. And then he got his bed moved into the living room because his Aunt Nancy. Shout out to Aunt Nancy right there. She's pretty dope. So he got his room. He got kicked out of his room, and he's got a bunch of swords in his old room. He's got like a katana and stuff like that, I think. And also I wanted to talk about his sword skills, because senior skip day was pretty fun, because
Gene
guy goes in his guy goes into his house. He brings out, I think it was a sword or a knife. I can't remember. I think he brought out both. And so taking a practice swing on a water bottle, and like he almost like single-handedly sliced through Dave Neufeld. And can I just say for a second that David Neufeld said some things that I cannot say on this channel because we are a PG kid-friendly channel here. Yes, and got a talk with David Neufeld. It was kind of like a father-son relationship. Like he got scolded by his daddy almost. So yeah, like sword skills are not impressive. At least I'd be concerned if I'm in a 5 meter radius of him because I might get like slashed. But anyway, back to the house. I mean, I know you're all dying to hear about sword skills, but moving back to the house, I just gotta say, like every time, like you cannot starve in that house because every nook and cranny, everywhere there is a bag somewhere with like a half-eaten cookie or a half-eaten granola bar or stale M&Ms. You will go through that house and you will find something. You will never starve. You will never die in that house. You will never need to go to a grocery store again because you will find old food sitting there, and it is glorious. Honestly, I cried when I first saw it. It's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, Isaac, for that insight on house. I wish we could bring him on just to see if he agrees with this, but
he's probably gonna come to my house with like a gun or something.
He's gonna come with his swords and he's gonna really give you the 1-2 tap.
Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, I know. I honestly got like actually not a 5 meter radius, more like a 5 mile radius.
Oh yikes!
Oh my god!
Oh
and
man,
it's funny because he was crapping all over me because I was practicing with the katana like on a like a branch, and he's like saying how like I'm a crappy like swordsman, but then he goes and he pulls that crap like an hour later or two. So like yeah, shout out to
Gene,
the swordsman of our age. And oh yeah, and can I just, by the way, one more thing I want to say, that is his bathtub is a glorious sight to behold. It is there's how many layers of mold on it? I can't remember. It's glorious. Like I think you might come out of that bathtub dirtier than going in, honestly, God. But like this is, none of this is bad. This is good stuff. This is why we need to preserve this house, because it's beautiful. We should start like a GoFundMe page for this house.
Thank you for that, Isaac. I don't know what to comment on that, except I feel like I'm gonna have to ask Gene to make sure this is cool with them, because I don't know, some people might think we're being a little insensitive here, but that's not my problem, right?
No, I'm trying to portray it in a positive light here, because it truly is glorious.
All right. I'd like to say with all my earnings on this episode will be donated to the
Gene
House National Park Initiative. With my OnlyFans, when I turn 18 from the Sox, we'll definitely be making the big bucks to donate to this wonderful cause. But thank you for that insight, Isaac. When you mentioned the grocery store, and I remember how you used to work at the Pig, and I missed that place. That's a really bad heart, but I'm trying to make it with my hands.
Yeah, I know, mine's so bad.
For those on Spotify, but bummer. I love that place. I know you worked there, and Collin and Jared and I think Ava and that one Lexi chick, and then some other people that I don't really recall. But
no, yeah. It was
the whole crew.
It was a blast, I gotta say. Working with Collin Rathsack, now that's the opportunity of a lifetime for starters. I mean, the guy walks into work with like a gas mask on, and then the other day he's wearing like a hockey mask. And for some reason, like I think like I'm not sure about the hockey mask, but I think the gas masks, they're all right with that. But like I'm just still in awe, like to this day, that they allowed him to wear that, because like the guy like going back to Collin Rathsack, the guy like walks into the freaking school, and he doesn't even take like 2 steps and his gas mask gets shot down, so to speak. The guy walks into his job where he's supposed to be a professional. We're good. You can wear your gas mask, no problems.
I mean, in these COVID times, maybe he needed that to feel safe. I mean, I can get
it's
him
all about
like
feeling safe in this day and age. I mean, it's what we gotta do, apparently. But yeah, a story that I wanted to tell from Piggly Wiggly was about a botched attempt to get out of work, and this was great. Honest to God, and I can't even remember this girl's name. She probably doesn't watch these. She goes to a different school, so it's not gonna hurt or anything like that. And it's just kind of funny, if anything. So we get a call from this girl, and she says, I can't come into work today. I'm constipated and I'm in like the ER or something like that. And whatever, okay, sounds serious, all right. So we'll cover. And then like an hour later, I look on her story. I'm at the beach with my bestie, and I'm like, man, that was a fast recovery right there. So then like the next time she comes in, we play silent treatment, and she can't figure it out. Eventually, she does figure it out, and so we're the bad guys because we like couldn't come up with a good like cover plan. Like honestly, God, though, like if you can't even come up with a good cover plan, like what is the purpose of life point of life anymore? Like she couldn't even like stick to the script.
I mean, sorry, Isaac. You have more to say. We said at the same time, but if you're not, I can comment on that.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so the thing is, I don't know. I've had really chill jobs about like I don't lie. Like, oh, one of my friends is in town. I haven't seen her in a while. Like, I'm not gonna be here. As long as you get someone to cover your shift, 9 out of 10 times your manager doesn't care. And like 98% of the people I worked with, I could give them a day notice and they'd be like, oh yeah, sure, I got you. But I always try to give them like 3 days to a week. I was normally a week. I tried 2 weeks. Like another thing is like, as soon as I knew I needed off, I go tell them immediately. But then there's days where like you're getting drafted for instance, like your house burns down and you need to repair it the next day. And you're like, oh, well, I'm out of work the next 3 days, But I always found someone. Like, there's never a shift where it wasn't covered. I mean, sure, sometimes you'd have to like pull 5 favors from 5 different people. Like, I had one time, I traded with one girl, but I traded with a different girl. Like, I traded with 3 different people, so they're all happy. Yeah, holy cripes, that was complicated. Like, one girl took my shift in order for that one girl to take her shift for that day because she took mine, or all mumbo jumbo anyway. But no, like, okay, if I ever see that woman, and she probably doesn't watch my videos, but if she ever did, just first of all, if you're gonna lie, make it a good one, or just be a good person and tell them ahead of time, or find someone to cover your shift. Like, be like, yo, I'm not coming in, can you cover me? And like, no, go down the line, and then you like say something like 2 days before. But
yeah, there's like, come on, there's a mute button on your story, or there's like a block, like, or there's like you can make like a private story, you know that, right? Like, come on here, like put in the work, like if you're gonna lie, make it convincing. Oh yeah, that was good. And I actually still work at a pig. I work at the Keel one now. It was an easy transfer. I didn't feel like doing something else, so that was nice. So I had one other story that I wanted to tell, and this one was kind of even more cringy. It was like, so it actually happened only like a handful of weeks ago. So I have this coworker, and she's like, what is she, like 17 or something? And she's like 4'11". She's like short, like holy crap short. Like that should be illegal short. Yeah. So, so she's like checking out people at the cashier or whatever register. And I'm behind the desk because I'm a desk manager, so I'm just doing my crap. She's doing her crap, And then this middle-aged guy, like he walks up, and I swear, the guy is like a wife beater and a pair of sweatpants away from being a sex offender.
Oh,
and
yikes.
he says to her, "Man, aren't you cute?" And I'm like, "Oh, sir." She's a minor. Well, I know. I was just playing around, and I'm like,
the audacity.
Sir, calm down. I mean, like, I'm all down for like watching the sex offender shuffle, but let's not try to reenact it real time here, bud. Oh my goodness, that had me concerned. Like, I lost faith in humanity after I heard that.
Well, I mean, I like to apologize for all women that like watch my videos and have to deal with like other people's crap that are men, and like that's a serious thing. It happens to everybody. But like the audacity of that man, and like I don't have the balls for that, like, at all. And like I'm a pretty good person most of the time. I am insensitive and sexist at times, but not in that way. Like I would never, like I can imagine myself 40 years. I'm gonna say hitting on women at that age. Like that's just no. That is like super wrong for starters and illegal. But the audacity of that, man, is just crap.
I was shocked.
Well, and
I
like,
was
what do you
honest.
do? Like, I mean, he like, sure, you could get him from like saying something, but like, he didn't do anything. You know what I mean? But like, what do you say? Like, leading out? Like, how do you handle that? Like, because you're, what do you do? And like, what
Yeah,
did the cashier do? Like, I don't want to serve this guy, but like, there's no one else. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crap, my guy.
yeah, she was actually pretty chill about it. She was like she came over later and she told me like she handled it pretty well. She came over and she told me like that was freaking weird. I'm like creeped out. Like, could you like keep an eye out or something? Like, and I'm fine. I'm all about making them feel comfortable, especially after something like that happens. If something like that happened to me or something like that, I'd be a little uncomfy too. But like, she handled it pretty well, to be honest. She just kind of laughed it off and like have a good night. I gotta give her props. Like, yeah, I gotta give her props. She handled it pretty well considering. I probably wouldn't have handled it as well. That was just weird.
Well, it'd be different if it was a guy like me. You know, I'm 17.
Like,
and a
yeah,
half.
like this guy
like
was
that.
like,
That's just like Noah trying to be a flirt, and it's just weird. But it's not like like, okay, I'm not like in the wrong per se. It's just awkward. It's not like,
no.
oh no, you know. But that's just
Yeah.
screwed up, my guy.
It's like I'm not I don't math very well, but like he was like times 2 her age.
That's just no bueno
like-
anywhere in life.
And no, like can we not do that, sir? I'm trying to work here and I don't need any of that, and none of us need that. That was just weird.
That is, I never had anything like that, thankfully, in my life, and I've never seen it either. But yeah, that humanity thing, and like some people and their kids, just like what made them think to say that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say, my guy. Except if you ever see that woman, or if she ever watched my videos, I'm really sorry you had to go through that, and everyone else too. That's just crap.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
Let's move on.
All
Is there any
right.
other slightly happier stories from Piggly Wiggly, or do we need to go on to something else?
The only other thing I thought I could think of was at the Baldur's one, there was this guy. He was homeschooled, and he would come in like 5 minutes before closing with his brother. He wore like a wet leather jacket. He would pick up a bunch of TP and he would ride home on his bike. And the guy would come in sometimes. He was a former employee. He would carry like a little snake around in his pocket, and he would show it to people. And I'm like, why are you carrying a little snake around in your pocket? And he would come in wearing like a weird like I don't even know. It looked like a crow, like a mask. It was really weird. It creeped some of us out. And then and I'm not capping. This guy, I don't know how he would figure out the names of these girls and their cars, and he would buy a cheap flower, and he would put it on their hood. And like, whatever, okay, that's kind of weird and creepy, but like at least don't buy the 99 cents flower. Like if you're gonna like shoot your shot, bro, like buy the bouquet, bro.
I mean, that's like another thing. I wouldn't say it's audacity. That one's not as okay. It's like weird, but like if someone did that to me, I wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm worried about my safety per se. Versus the other one's just concerning. Like, man, women, Christ, I feel bad for them. I hope none of them I ever done that. I mean, I'm awkward as hell, but hopefully nothing crazy like that. I hope I've never done anything like that. But I mean, like the thing is, you didn't leave a number. There's like no context, just a random flower. Like if I saw someone leave a flower in my drawer, I'd be like, cool flower. And hopefully it doesn't have like chloroform, but. Other than that, I mean, I don't know what else to like think about. Like, you're just wasting his dollar. He could have bought himself like a Snickers and been happy. Well, that's still for like not to the degree as the other one, in my personal opinion, but still weird.
Yeah, like you do it. You should like do it face to face. Honest to God.
Yeah, just like here's a flower. I mean, she works at the store, so it's kind of not special. But I mean,
I just don't know how he figured out the names and stuff like that, because he hadn't worked there in like months. So how would he know the names of these new girls coming in? It's my question. Who knows?
I try not to think. Man, we're gonna have to like make a safety like guidelines video one of these days about all sorts of things pretty soon, and I'll have to make an Epi-Pen training video one day. I mean, who knows? You need to know how to use an Epi-Pen. Maybe I'll save lives, or my life will be saved by it. But I don't know what to comment on any of the last 5 minutes, but I'm sorry for all women that have to deal with men's bullshit and the other way around. And holy cripes, I don't know, my guy. Where does the world come to at this day and age? Like, I would like I've definitely said some flirty things, but I like knew them and I felt like it was okay. And like they would let me know I felt, and like if it was weird, I knew it was weird. So like, I never thought I did anything wrong like that, but holy cripes.
Yeah.
That got a little like not heart to heart, but that got a little real. Also, I'm almost out of water, Isaac. I wasn't capping. I literally do go through half a pitcher in the shoot, but
oh god, a pitcher, a real pitcher. Oh my god.
This is I just spilled on myself. Sorry. For those on the YouTubes, I think this holds approximately, I'd guesstimate, a gallon. And I shot one earlier today with Trinity. Shout out to that episode. And I drank about like half of it. And I've almost drank all of this. And I normally go through a pitcher, like half during the shoot and then half with the editing. I'm pretty sure it's like a gallon of water. I will measure it one day and I'll get back to you. But yeah, it's some good water though. My Bob Ross mug, not to shout out the Bob Ross, but I mean, so it's a pretty good mug. You've seen this mug. I also like to use my Fleet Farm one too, but yeah, pretty good mug. But I was moving on to the next topic because that got too real for no nonsense. Normally on the silly side, that just got real. But I guess you wanted to talk about a Family Guy and Collin Rathsack. What's in common there?
Okay, I just want to say that for starters, can we just like appreciate Family Guy for like being relevant for like 20 plus years? Like Cripes show came out like in the 90s, I think. Yeah, and here we are still watching it today, and it's like relevance. Like how does that even happen? Like, but like Collin Rathsack, that guy, like I swear, I learned more in A Push from his cutaways of Family Guy cutaways than like any like actually the curriculum or like the textbooks or anything else. Shout out to my guy Dan Brice. He tried his best, but let's be honest here, the real professor was Collin Rathsack and his Warren G. Harding cutaway. Yeah, it was great. That class was one of my favorites. Kind of straying a bit away from Family Guy, but that class was great. We called it AP Preschool. We had so much fun in that class. Every time Mr. Brice would forget to shut off the audio stuff on the microphone, we would start clapping and then hear it on the speaker, and that was fun. We would have standoffs, stuff like that, like who would stand the longest after the Pledge of Allegiance. I think Drew won most of those. All around, it was pretty fun, I gotta say. I'm not sure if Mr. Brice wrote an apology letter to Gretchen and Katie Thompson, because those two put up with a lot of nonsense, as you would put it here on Noah's Nonsense. But they put up with a lot of nonsense, and honest to God, props to them for putting up with all of our crap. Yeah.
That's good to hear. Glad we'll have Mr. Brice on sometime. I'm sure you'll love to. Not to segue into that a little bit, but guest star Mr. Brice, would be an honor if you ever watch my videos. That'd be cool. Mrs. Reister does. I mean, that's one teacher. I got to get more of them, right? Got to get them all. But then I can't say certain things about certain ones, but that's not relevant on today's episode. But yeah, I'd love to have Mr. Brice on. I just heard Isaac like invited him, and like I heard he wants him on the show as well. That's what I just heard. For the viewers, yep. I don't know if that's what you heard, but that's definitely what I heard. But I think that's enough about the social studies, AP history, and Mr. Brice. I'd love to talk about it more, but he'll have his own episode, I'm sure, folks. But I guess I don't know. Is there anything else you'd like to add, share, comment on?
Not really. Just thanks for having me on.
No, we're not done. I was gonna ask one more question. Sorry. Don't cut on me that early. I was just gonna, like, in case you had like one quick funny story or something for the viewers before we get into, I guess, less serious but more serious than some of the topics discussed today. I was going to ask, what are your plans after high school? Because you graduated from Boulders, so I mean.
Oh yeah, I know. Gotta say, like all the hype from graduation is a little anticlimactic. You read, like, it's still great, but like it's a little anticlimactic, not gonna lie, no cap. Like you get there and like it feels like it's just gone. And now here I am like 2 weeks later, and what is school, to be honest? It's just kind of a weird feeling. Yeah, You worked your whole life up to this point, and it was a bit anticlimactic, but I'm excited for college. Heading to Green Bay along with a bunch of other seniors. I know. Let's see, we got Kate Wagner, Dave, Michael. We need to get Michael on the show. We need to.
It would be, not to interrupt, but it'd be an honor to have Michael Wallander. He's definitely commented on at least one of my videos to correct me, but I love to have Michael Wallander. I have personally extended the invitation and business card. Okay, not the business card part, but the personal invitation and a brief description about the wonderful man of Michael Wallander. He's kind of not like shy, but he does not boast or brag like at all. Like he will not flex. Like he's not one of them guys that's like, oh, I just got a hole in one at golf. You know, he's a big golf guy and whatnot. But band 2, excellent tromboner. It'll be an honor to step up as head trombone guy. You know, it'll be an honor. But, you know, I'd love to have him on. And I hope he changes his mind after this video. If not, I can respect that. You know, I like to keep good relations with all my guest stars and potential guest stars. And I guess I try to be nice in general because if you're mean to someone, it's a small world. They will find you. This is true. But, no, I'd love to have him on. But he declined at the time. And if he doesn't, I can respect that. And as sad as it may be for Isaac, and the viewers, but yeah, the show must go on, you know?
Yes, it must. Yes, it must. Yeah, so going to GB for a computer science major. I had a meeting today, second part of my orientation. I have to do it. It's kind of sucked. Interesting characters on there. You have that one girl who's, you know, sitting on a couch with her 2 besties. She still has her mic on, and she's too busy having a conversation with her besties to realize that people are trying to tell her to put her mic off. So all I'm getting is like feedback for like 20 minutes. And then after that, I'm going into a breakout room so I can socialize or whatever the heck that means and get to know people. And like and I'm pretty sure neither of these people were 18 because we had to turn our cameras on. Like one of them's like, just has like a bush light in his hand. And the other girl's like smoking. And I'm just like, what?
Wow. Bad apples.
Like this is who I'm going into college with? Oh God, I'm concerned.
But yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned too. I mean, college parties are college parties, but my boy Isaac doesn't get rough and tumbling, which is good, you know, for his own safety. And he's a good law-abiding citizen, which is great. I like those people. But a little bit more about your computer science degree for those like unaware of what a computer is and/or science. Could you like elaborate a little bit? Like, what would you do? Where would you go? College like requirement, you know, so a little bit more of an interview for those unaware.
Yeah. So for my computer science major, I'm going to be doing a lot of information technology classes, stuff like that. A lot of computer software. I also have to learn how to engage with people and do some like social stuff. Oh God, that's going to be fun because being social with people is so much fun. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of techie stuff, stuff with computers, stuff with information and data, a lot of those classes. I still have to take my gen eds, which is going to be fun. Oh yeah, I got like a lecture about how I have to be a well-rounded person and how these classes are going to make me a well-rounded person. And I'm just like, I know I'm not well-rounded, but you don't have to tell me I'm not well-rounded. I already know that. God.
I mean, Isaac, you're not well-rounded. You're not well-rounded. You're pretty skinny. You're pretty maybe a little bit there, but like, you're pretty straight like a stick. You know, skinny, nice guy. Isaac is single, ready mingle for all the single ladies above 18. Shout him out, I guess.
After that debacle earlier, we're gonna definitely stress the 18-year-old thing on here.
Yeah, let's keep it. Let's not get too much detail. But if anyone, let me know. I can get him. You know, if you need him, you want to talk to him, let me know. I'll set something up. You know.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna be the matchmaker.
This reminds me of the time when Trent Persinger, shout out to Trent Persinger, made me get a Tinder account. I regret that.
I don't want to talk about Trent, but I vaguely remember him having a Tinder account and telling, I think this might have been the Cross Boys, but I just remember hearing about this, and he's 18, so it's all good and dandy. That's just comedy.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm not ready.
I don't think any of us are, but there's one more thing I was gonna mention, and now it's totally slipped my mind. I'm so depressed. Oh, about the social thing. I mean, this is good for us, 1-on-1, and then there's something, a point I was gonna bring up after because of what you said. Oh man, I'm gonna like feel stupid. I'll be like, oh, that's what it was. You should keep talking about something so I can think about it. I'll pretend to listen. I'm kidding. So that's cool. That's cool about your computer science degree. Oh yeah, so you're gonna do a lot of coding then, or is that more of like not coding? I guess I was more wondering too.
I believe it is a bit more coding and stuff like that. That's what I have to double check with a lot of the classes because there's a lot of classes and a lot of them are like, some of them are like math classes where it's like in-depth math, and apparently it's a little intimidating, but I'm not too worried. Yeah, it should be mostly programming. I'll be touching blocks of code again after like maybe a 1 or 2 year hiatus. So that's comforting.
Yeah, Mr. Reister. Shout out to Mr. Reister. I love that guy. We're having his wife on the show, Miss Reister, tomorrow. So that'd be June 17, 2021, because she's retired as of now. School is out 2 weeks ago. She retired, so we're having her on the show. I am so pumped about that. You'd not believe. Like that's like the actual like first official like adult like besides my mother. You know what I mean? Like real like professional style interview. And it's gonna be great. Like I'm so excited. Not to ramble, but I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, I am too.
But what was I gonna mention, Isaac? There's seriously like it's gonna bother me, and I don't want to like make the show drag until I remember, but kind of want to do that. Whoa, it was something semi-important I wanted to mention after you said what you said.
I can't even remember.
No.
You're probably gonna text me at 2 a.m. saying I remembered now.
Yeah, well, I'm up at 4, so I'll probably text you at 4:03 this in the morning. Maybe like, oh, I remember now, Isaac. I remember, and it'll be a good laugh, boys. Yeah. I'm sure.
This totally won't drive down the views.
Nah, it's fine. You know, if I'm rich and famous, I'll just have these like I'll just put cringe, lol, and you just see like my first 800 YouTube videos. So it's the chances of them getting bullied for it, right? I mean, it's all good and dandy. I really, unless you have something else to mention, I think we wrap up this episode quick once.
Yep. All right.
Well, thank you. This was Isaac Rugowski on Noah's Nonsense, episode 22, and I'd like to thank him for being on the show. You were a wonderful guest. I'd love to have you on again, or we can go out for some root beer and pool someday with the boys and whatnot. But it's been an honor, so I will see you.
All right, we'll be seeing you. Thanks for having me.
Goodbye.
Bye.